Okay, so we're going to talk about Rocky and Moses' remote collar, how to turn it on, what all the buttons do, and everything like that. So, when you look at the collars, you can see there's a little red dot right there. It's on both of the collars. They look the exact same. That is the key to turn the collars on. So, it's just a little magnetic key, and what turns it on is if you look at the remote, if you look to the side, there's a little red dot on the side of the remote right there. So you're actually going to touch the two together and it's going to turn the collar on. The reason they have this feature is so that the dogs, when they're scratching, they don't accidentally turn the collar off by hitting a button. So you just are going to tap the two together. A green light's going to flash on the collar, letting you know that it's on and charged. To turn it off, same exact thing. Tap, shuts it off. Same thing for Moses's collar. Touch, on, touch, off, touch, on. Go ahead and turn them both on. You want to make sure that they are on and charged before you put them on Rocky and Moses, and you want to make sure that they wear these collars every day. What these collars are is it allows us to communicate to the boys from a distance. So that's why we can have that off-leash freedom and still be able to have them under control. So it allows them to just be able to explore and be free, and us have the safety in mind of knowing that if we need to get them back, we can, using the stimulation. So you want to be consistent with these. Just because you don't plan on having them off leash doesn't mean they shouldn't wear these. I would say wear them every day. They can wear them up to 10 to 12 hours a day. They are waterproof, so they can go swimming with these on, but you don't want to leave them on while they're wet because the water will mix with the oils of their skin and hair and create a bacteria which could lead to a skin infection. So if they go swimming, be sure to take the collars off afterwards, but these are waterproof. You can use them in the water. So now we're going to talk about the remote. So on the back side of the remote, you're going to see a big button that has an L in it. You're going to push, and you have to hold that button down for a few seconds in order to turn the collar on. So this is a 2-dog system. So it has, right now it's set at 25. So hopefully you can see that. Level 25, and it says 2D at the bottom. Moses is actually dog number 2 because he's the red collar. So that means this button on the side of the remote right here controls the red collar for Moses. So if we want to see what level Rocky is on without stimulating him, what you do is you go to the toggle, which over here, if you look at the remote on this side, that button means toggle. It also stands for vibrate. So if you push that and you see it change to 1D and a different level, that's Rocky. Oh, I didn't push it enough, sorry. There you go. That now it should be at Rocky's information. So he's dog number 1, and his level's 20, where Moses is level 25. They just have a little bit of a different discomfort level, discomfort tolerance, so they're at 2 different levels. So what that means is if you push the black button, you'll see that the black collar is getting the stimulation, sorry. If you push the red button, it will stimulate at a different level. Now, if you want to just check to make sure the levels are set, I've locked both levels by pushing and holding and locking this. You don't have to worry about locking and unlocking. It's already set for you. If you want to see, like, just make sure that they're good at their levels, you just push the vibrate button, push it until you see dog number 1, push it until you see dog number 2. Hopefully you can see that. And then it also has a vibration feature, so that's the same button. So what you do is you push that button until you see the weird symbol in the middle. Looks like a 7 mirrored by another backwards 7. Now, that means these 2 buttons mean vibrate. So you can give this as a warning. I wouldn't recommend giving a lot of warnings in the beginning of training because you want them to know that you know the rules as well and you want to stay consistent. Later down the road, can you use vibrate? Absolutely, but I wouldn't stick to it right now. I would go with the stimulation for Rocky level 20 and Moses level 25, but that's how you can do vibrate as well. We're going to talk about the boost feature. So what the boost feature does is it changes Rocky's level 20 to level 35, giving him an extra boost. The reason you might need this is if he is overly stimulated. So let's say he's in the backyard, something crazy goes on the other side of the fence, and he's just overly stimulated and he can ignore level 20. That's when you bump him up to level 35. How you do this is you have to push and hold Rocky and then also push Moses's level. So if you can see it, so you push and hold Rocky and then you push Moses's button and that will increase Rocky's by 15. Do the exact same thing for Moses. You would push Moses's button and then you would push Rocky's to give Moses a boost. You cannot stimulate both dogs at the same time. If you want to, you have to go like 1, 2, 2, 1, whatever, but you cannot hit them both at the same time with the stimulation. That's not how it works. You're going to boost one of them. So if you push and hold down Rocky's and then tap Moses, you're going to give Rocky an extra stimulation. If you push and hold Moses and press Rocky's, you're going to give Moses an extra stimulation. So a little complicated, but it's better to have that feature and not need it than you need to increase their level quickly and you can't because you have to like unlock this and turn it up real quick. So it's just a way to make things faster. Next, we're going to talk about the flashlight feature. So right now we're at 2D, which is Moses. If we push this feature or this button right here, the on-off button, if we just tap it, we activate a flashlight on Moses's collar. Now you have to get to 1D, dog number 1, on the remote before you can operate Rocky's collar. How you do that, we talked about, you push that vibrate, you push it until you see Rocky 1D, and then you can push the button back here, this one. Now they can both have flashlights on if at night you want to be able to see where they're at, because Rocky's darker, so you might not be able to see him at night. So to turn the flashlight off, just tap it again. Then we have to toggle back over to Moses and then tap the back light. Right now they're set at momentary. That means if you push and hold the button, it's only going to stimulate once versus continuous. If you accidentally change it to continuous, it's this button back here, this little tiny one. You would push and hold it and you see a C. That means now it will continuously stimulate no matter how long you hold, down. And it's not like these levels are very high. Like, yeah, level 25, it's a little uncomfortable, but it's not that bad at all. These are out of 100 levels too, so it's pretty low. So you want to make sure you're set at momentary, which is that little M. All right, and so these are rechargeable. I'm going to go ahead and shut them off. So you shut them off, you tap them together, Moses is off, tap it, Rocky's off, push and hold this a few seconds, and boom, shuts off. They're rechargeable. On the back here, you have the charging port for the remote. Make sure this is closed so it protects the electronics if you happen to get this wet. This is waterproof and it does float if you drop it in the water. And then on the collars, the charging port's underneath. Again, you want to make sure that piece of rubber is closed, snug, so that it protects the electronics and it stays waterproof. This is the information box, so this is your charger, and then this is the attachment, so you can charge all three things at the same time. And then under here, You have your instructions if you want to make sure that you fully understand all the buttons in greater detail. And then we also have the warranty card. You want to email your information in, that way if anything were to break on the collar in the next 2 years, they will send you a new one, no problem. So that's the information on the remote collar. What I forgot to mention is when to press the button. So you want to press the button if they aren't listening to your commands. So the S buttons over here, if Rocky's not listening, you're able to correct him without correcting Moses. If Moses isn't listening, same thing, you're able to correct him without correcting Rocky. So basically, if you ask them to heel next to you, walk next to you, and Moses is like, well, I want to walk in front, you can say no and give him a correction and tell him to heel. Or if you tell them to come when called and they're like, no, I'd rather sniff this grass, you can say no, correction, I asked you to come. And then you reward them for the good behavior. So make sure to have treats on you for the next couple weeks. That way you can reinforce what you like and correct what you don't like. Now let's take a look at their commands. Heel. Sit. Heel. 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 Rocky, sit. Good boy, Moses. Good boys. Sit. Heel. No. Heel. Heel. Sit. Rocky, sit. Sit.
Are you training?
Yeah, we're in training. Good sit. Good down. No, they're not related. No. Down.
This one looks younger.
Yeah, the one over there is younger.
Well, yeah, they got on left foot.
Good down.
We thought she'd be a lot bigger than she is. She's pretty big, but I've seen German Shepherds bigger than that.
Good down. Down. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Free. Free. Down. Good boys. Down. Down. Good down. Good boys. Good boys. Down. Good job. Just burp. Down. Free. Good job. Sit. Good job. Place. 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 No. Place. 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 Good job. Place. 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 Free.
Go boy! Cookie tap out. Yeah, Mosey's cookie.
Okay. Leave it. Okay. Moses. Leave it. Okay. 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 Leave it. Leave it. Good job. Okay. Okay.